Welcome back, everybody. I was on the hunt for some more Transformers, so I thought I'd stop by my local Toys R Us, which is luckily still open here. And this is what they have on their shelves, so I thought I'd do a brief little video here of an update, bit of a shelf update. First time coming across these Botbots. I've never really paid attention to them before, but they're kind of interesting. Not my cup of tea, but I see what they're going for with these in terms of sort of hitting that cuteness factor for Transformers. I think if you were a collector of little figurines or action figures kind of thing, these would be more suited towards your liking. Definitely something to be taken out of package and displayed on your collector shelves. Like I said, first time seeing these guys, so they're certainly interesting. I like this little Constructicon they got there. Some of the figures you can obviously make out. Some of them you sort of can't or have a hard time figuring out who or what they are. I haven't really looked these guys up online, but anyway, certainly something new to the shelves for Transformers. Now these here are probably the Botbots, the blind bags that we're accustomed to have seen over the years with Transformers. As you can see here, they got some more Power of the Primes. And there is a huge clearance sale going on for Transformers right now. So for $9, I don't think I even got my figures for that price. I think I paid the full $12.99. Here we have some more Bay from the last night. Transformers, Dragonstorm. Not a character I'm really familiar with. But this next guy here I thought was kind of cool, Megatron. I really like his alt mode. I think it's pretty sharp. And it's almost nice enough to make me want to buy it. Some more Power of the Primes figures, Solus Prime. Unfortunately, I bought these guys when they came out, so they were all at full price. Some Siege War for Cybertron figures. Got Straff, Cogman here. Premiere Edition, I'm not sure what that was about, but again, figures that really don't have a place in my collection. You can see the price drop there, down to $21 from $30. As I was saying, they don't have a place in my collection, but that's by no means no reason not to collect them for people. Certainly ones that I'd love to try, and I think their alt modes are probably the strongest point. Some more War for Cybertron Siege figures. Again, I like them. I just really can't justify spending the money on these guys at the moment. Kind of wish the price drop would have affected these guys, Optimus and Megs. I don't know. Maybe if they ever go on sale at a really decent price, I'd pick them up. With all the G1 reissues coming, I just got that G1 Optimus, so I'm going to have to pass on the Siege one. We got some Cyberverse here. This guy here immediately caught my eye, the Storm figure, when I popped into the aisle just because of his colors. He just popped and my eyes were drawn to him right away. And I'm really liking that alt mode. I was a fan of Storm. I picked him up as a Masterpiece figure and then ended up changing my mind and returning him to Toys R Us. And sort of regret it. Again, it's just one of those figures that I wanted, then changed my mind just because of the money at the time, and kind of felt he didn't really fit in my collection, and now I regret it. Some more Bumblebee figures from the Bumblebee movie, which I actually just saw a week ago for the first time. And some more Bumblebee movie figures here. Got a Prime, got Shatter, Bumblebee mask. Some more Cyberverse with Optimus Prime. in his trailer. So I think the whole gimmick for this one is more of a trailer than with Prime. We got turbo changers here for $5. Again, sort of a blind bag kind of thing, though I think if you... there's a way to read it if you know the barcode on the back. You know, I'm going to pass on those guys because I fell into the trap with the bot shots back in the day, so I don't need any more blind bag stuff. So more movie figures here. You can see Dragonstorm, Autobot Hound, and then Siege War for Cybertron Hound. Sort of a difference there between, or blatantly obvious difference between a movie Hound and what's more similar to what we were accustomed to as G1 collectors. So now we're coming to the big boys for the War for Cybertron Siege figures. $69 price point still for Shockwave. Though I've heard most people with the biggest complaint about this figure being its size for that price point. You know, $69 is a lot for such a small figure, especially when you compare it to the other guys beside it, like Ultra Magnus, which you seem to get a lot more for bang for your buck, even though it is a larger figure. That $70 price point plus tax really hits you hard in the wallet. So we have a little bit more Cyberverse here with another Shockwave, another Prime in his trailer. And then we also hit into movie masterpiece Bumblebee, which I passed on myself just because I've got the two previous versions of Bumblebee in masterpiece form. Got the Takara one. And then I've got the Hasbro release. So for me, that's enough. I don't need every single version of MP Bumblebee. This figure, though, I highly recommend, though not at this price point. I'm pretty sure when I got it at least with the 25% off. This is the Predaking Power of the Primes. And I haven't opened mine yet. I don't know if I'll get around to doing it, but this figure is impressive. I think it's worth having just for the artwork alone, but you can see on the back how big the figure is, 18 inches. Each figure is large, and then obviously when combined, it's that much larger. And I think this is, again, aside from that price point, definitely something worth having in your collection. Now this one's only a $7 price point drop, but for the Cyberverse Optimus Prime, I think for me, it's a lot to pay, especially when the main thing about this whole thing is the trailer and what it can do and what you can use it for, like the repair bay, or even give you various options like a defense station, or it just seems like a lot. And I don't know, for $30, I'd rather pass on that and pick up some other figures. Again, coming back to this Acid Storm, I may come up and show another video later with me picking this guy up. It's the only one I remember seeing for a while, and I don't know. I just love how he looks in jet form. And again, for this price point, I keep coming back and looking at this Megs as well. Not a big fan of robot form there, but his alt mode, I think, is probably what I would just leave him in if I pick this guy up. And he's cheap enough too. We'll see. But I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, just wanted to give a brief rundown. I know a lot of people have been unfortunate enough to have their Toys R Us taken away from them. So that's why I like to do these little videos every now and then of just, Toys R Us Transformer shelf updates. And some figures, obviously, we've seen. Some figures you may have not seen, but just wanted to share it with everybody. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Please remember to leave a comment. Tell me what figures you like and which ones you don't like. Let's continue the conversation. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thank you, everybody, for the support to the channel. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys again real soon.